Vampire man.
Yeah, he doesn't even turn into a bat.
His name's Captain Fizzle.
His name is Captain what?
No. I just made that up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Oh, tell me.
He goes out in the sun and his skin glitters.
It's really
That's why
good.
they don't go out in the sun.
It's really good. I'm sorry. I just bought my daughter glittery fingernail polish as a present because I'd come back from the conference, and so I'm thinking, great, he's covered in children's nail polish? It sounds lovely. Okay.
That's terrible.
It sounds really bad.
Yeah,
But here, this is good literature, okay? I mean, think about this. Where do you get a line like this in Twilight or whatever it is? You don't, I mean, a savage place, as holy and enchanted as air beneath a waning moon, was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm, what is described here? From this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing, a mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift half-intermitted burst huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. What is described there? You should write this in the notes. What's described there and on the side? From this chasm, what's the chasm?
It sounds like a volcano.
Yes, it's a volcano.
Dark place.
A deep, dark place. The chasm is a deep, dark place, and from the deep, dark place, with turmoil that's seething. Now, this, as if earth in fast, thick pants were breathing. What does that line mean? What does it mean if the earth is breathing in fast, thick pants? What?
Is it like when a volcano explodes?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's in pants, like, you know, like a dog pants. It does not mean that he's wearing leather pants. No, not like some weird vampire guy. Are you thinking like, you're thinking like pants? No, I mean, I read it and I always remember, oh wait, that's not in like some weird rock star pants or something. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, I know, it's very strange. But it's like a dog panting. And so it's breathing, like bursting out breaths. So it's like a geyser, or maybe it's like, is it Yosemite? What is the Old Faithful that spews out water, but it could also be volcanic because rocks are coming out too, right? So it's spewing this out. And it's a fountain that's momently was forced, amid whose swift hath intermitted burst. So it's like bursts. It's not all in one thing. So it's kind of like a geyser. It spits out stuff and then stops and spits out stuff. And mid these dancing rocks, at once and ever it flung up momently the sacred river. So look at what he's doing. Do you remember the Wordsworth thing about the world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers, little we see in nature that is ours, and he skips down in this, that great God, I'd rather be a pagan so that I could see God in all of this. Well, look at what he's doing to this, in this image. The earth is breathing. If the earth starts breathing in Saraland, I'm going to start worrying. You know, it's like, ooh, it's kind of creepy because now the earth is alive, right? And so he says it's like it's alive. And the dancing rocks are flung up. It flung up momently the sacred river. It's not just some, you know, it's not the Chickasaw River, right? It's a sacred river. It's a God is attached to it. Okay. So this is what we're talking about with the sublime, right? 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion through wood and dale, the sacred river ran. That mazy motion, why not a nice straight river? What would be the difference? How would it feel different if he said, I mean, think about this when you're reading poetry. Why did he say this instead of that? Why is it a mazy motion instead of a, and the straight river ran smoothly down to the lake?
That's boring.
It's boring.
Yeah, kind
What?
No action.
No action.
of.
Mazy. My conference was in New
Doesn't sound
Orleans.
as difficult or like challenging.
Yeah, it's difficult and challenging. It's like the Minotaur escaping from the labyrinth, right? That's what I felt like in New Orleans. That was just an adventure in driving. One-way streets everywhere. I thought I was doomed never to leave. And it's like the same, and you know, you're just, I'm like, where am I? Ah! And the hotel would be there, and I'm like, yay, okay, I'm safe again. So it's like that mazy, mysterious, sublime, the human mind can't fathom it, right? We can't measure the chasm. We can't find our way out of this maze. You might get lost in it forever. So, this reached let's see, 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. Because it's down there in the cave, there's no light, it's dark, it's dead. And mid this tumult, Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves. Now, how can you have a shadow when you don't have any sunlight? I don't know. Where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain in the caves. What?
Is this at nighttime? Is that what you're saying? Like why the sun is not supposed to have a shadow?
Well, there's no sun because it's an underground sea. So I'm kind of wondering, how do you get a shadow underground? I don't know.
I was gonna say the moon.
Well, that's true. Well, okay, but the moon isn't really there. That was the
That's
sun.
what I forgot to figure out.
Okay, okay. Now, he hears the ancestral voices prophesying war. Where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain in the caves? It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of
Ice.
weird. Doesn't that sound fun? Go hang out in an ice cave? Although maybe it's beautiful. It's a sculpture. Ice sculpture? Yeah.
If it's sunny and icy, it'd be
Sun will
sparkling.
reflect from it.
Yeah, the sun would reflect from it. It would be beautiful, right? Okay, kind of crystal palace kind of thing. Now, he breaks off and he says, a damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. Is it the same vision? Is it the same vision? No, because he says in this vision once I saw, right? A damsel with a dulcimer in a vision once I saw. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer she played. Now she's not in Xanadu with the, this is, I feel like I'm being heckled. It was an Abyssinian maid, and on her dulcimer, what's a dulcimer? Instrument?
Yeah.
I watched a dulcimer band perform yesterday.
You watched a dulcimer band perform yesterday. Then tell us about what is a dulcimer.
They're like guitars that you sit on your lap, kind of.
Yeah.
Play them and touch the things.
Yeah. Is it shaped like a guitar? Isn't it kind of like?
It's kind of like a boxy, like flat.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not curved
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
It was really adorable, and everybody was over the age of like 70.
Yeah. But it's a very traditional, old world kind of, yeah. And it's a stringed instrument that you play kind of like a guitar, but it sits on your lap. Yeah. And so he saw this Abyssinian maid playing a dulcimer. Look at what she's singing about, okay? Singing of Mount Abara. Could I revive within me her symphony and song, to such a deep delight 'twould win me, that with music loud and long, I would build what?
That dome in there.
What dome?
That sunny dome, those caves of ice.
That sunny dome, those caves of ice. And all, what sunny dome?
The one from one.
Yes, yes, what? Yes. What sunny dome?
The one in his mind.
The one in his mind.
That he visited before.
Okay, then where did he see it?
Line 36.
In line 36, thank you, excellent. A sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. And he says, oh, I wish I could revive within me her symphony and song, the woman that was singing, because then he would build that dome in air. I am thoroughly confused. You've got to help me. How's he going to build a dome in the air?
His mind.
In his mind. Why does he need a damsel with a dulcimer?
Because she's like the muse.
She's the muse.
Ooh.
And how do you build a dome in the air?
You don't.
You don't. But he says he would. How can you build a dome in the air?
That's the poem. That's the way
It's
he
all in his
recollects
mind.
it.
He's
Okay.
on drugs.
Yeah.
And here we go. Here we go. She's got it. Brennan's got it. She says you can't, they say you cannot build a dome in air, and this is just weird stuff by a guy who's doing drugs. Is that the case? So we've just got weird stuff. Why do we still read it? This is one of those favorite things to teach in high school. How do you build a dome in air? Okay.
Imagination.
In your imagination, but your imagination is kind of like gray matter. That's not air. And why does he need a dulcimer?
Did you sing it in the clouds?
If he's sitting on a cloud, then he really is.
No, I said it's seeing it in the clouds.
Seeing it in the clouds. Were there clouds with the dulcimers?
Isn't he really seeing
Were there clouds?
Yes, when they were playing, were there are dulcimers cloudy?
Don't think so.
How could you build a dome in the air with a dulcimer?
Music.
Music! Yes!
Oh.
Music! Okay! Now we're going somewhere. Okay, you've got music. Why is it in air? I mean, we could even be scientific about this. How did you hear the music?
Sound waves.
Sound waves that travel through the air. Yes. Okay. So I would build that dome in the air with music. That sunny dome, those caves of ice. Once again, what dome?
Sunny dome.
The sunny dome. What's
The one you were talking about
The one that
earlier.
he stumbled upon.
on line 36? Oh. How do y'all didn't read this poem though? How do you know that there's a sunny dome on line 36? You don't even have a book, right? What sunny dome is he talking about?
The one in the